So the green flag waves and we get underway. Let's have a look at the grid for final two for senior Rotax. Sean Butcher will have Callum Bradshaw alongside on the front row. Luca Lystra and Mark Kimber, row 2. Lachlan Robinson and Nick Cuppins, row 3. Zombor Kovac and Flint Shearing, row 4. Luca Costa and Ehad Turka round out the top 10. It's Eliavet Galvanin and Felix Jansson. Christian de Klein and Benedek Vida. Patrick Donica and Sam Bergstein. Maurice Schmeis, Max Stemmerdink, Luna Blum and David Lackner. They round out the top 20. And completing the 31 strong, it is Beard Dorrestein, Victor Frostbay, Sasha Klavedetcher, Alexander Alcazava, Lucas Hartmann, Christopher Zaxa, Gilles Chloé, Linus Henson starting 28th ahead of Tobias Poschik, Luca Thiel and Zino Kovac. So 14 minutes on the clock plus an additional lap. It will be down to Sean Butcher and Callum Bradshaw to control the pace. They will be informed to slow down. The drivers are getting into the final stages of the formation lap. We're going to have to get into formation rather quickly, and then we can go racing. So 14 minutes plus a lap on the clock. Butcher on pole, Bradshaw alongside for one final hurrah here in Eastern Germany. Into the tram lines, red lights on the gantry, the revs rise. Are we ready? Let's go racing. And it's a good start. I did say it was going to be the three on the right-hand side of the grid that were going to get a good run. And already it has happened. Butcher leads, Lystra second, Robinson third, Bradshaw slots in behind in fourth place as they're side by side. A little bit further down the order looks to be Felix Jansson battling away with Patrick Donica from Poland as one driver nearly goes off the track. Looks to be Luca Thiel at the tail end of the field. Linus Henson trying to make his way through the order as things stand. And at the moment, Butcher has gotten away into the distance and he's gotten ahead of Lystra. Robinson, who won the final on the road earlier on today, but had a drop-down penalty that demoted him back to 5th, now has a point to prove. KR Sport wanting to do their level best to upset the Strawberry Racing apple cart, and it is currently happening. 13 minutes to go, plus an additional lap. The hunt is on. Kimber past Zombor Kovac, who's made his way from 7th up into 6th place. Kimber was in 7th. Well, Kimber was down in 4th place, but now has dropped a couple of places on the initial start phase. Oh, there's been a bit of a moment, and that's Kimber off. Kimber's off, and Robinson is up into 2nd, I believe. That is the case. He got past. Well, I think that was more than likely that was Kimber, or it was Lystra. Hang on a second. No, Robinson is ahead, and that is Callum Bradshaw just behind. So that would have been, more than likely, Luca Lystra. It was Lystra. So Lystra's having dramas. So it's not being easy at all. It's a KR Sport 1-2. This time it's Butcher from Robinson. Butcher's put in the fastest lap of anybody. Lystra's tumbled to 8th. Kimber's down to 10th. And now, this is where things get interesting. More dust being kicked up coming out of turn 2. Fastest lap of the race so far is by Max Stemmerdink, down in 18th position with a 51.850. So this has changed quite a bit. What is happening today? And there are some waved yellows coming out of the chicane off of turn number 4. We're about to complete lap number 3. Butcher still leads. Robinson trying to close on him And Robinson has put in a 51.463. And then Callum Bradshaw has put in his own fastest lap, 51.426, stealing it by less than 4/100ths of a second. There's Flint Shearing, and he is battling away with the 371 of Italy's Elia Galvanin. There is the recovering Luca Lystra coming through and trying to go up the inside, and he does, so does the 356. Turka, who's just ahead of Felix Jansson. There's Christian de Klein. Ahead of Turka is Mark Kimber in the 357 from Great Britain. But Robinson is closing once again, 51.6 for the second place driver, and Butcher a 52.0. The thing is that Robinson is closing in. He was 4/10ths quicker last time round, but with the slipstream assist from Butcher, you can see that the teammates are wanting to get away. But Callum Bradshaw, we've seen this throughout the season so far. He's known to keep it conservative in the heats, but then in the finals, it's a different driver we see. And that's what's kept him at the top of the table so far. Mark Kimber is going to be very much looking at a very difficult end of the weekend, and what that could mean is that his challenge for the championship might be given a little bit of a faux pas as Robinson up the inside of Butcher through turn 2 on lap 6. Now the KR Sport boys working together. Robinson leading, Butcher in second. As the sunshine continues to beat down here in East Germany, what we've got now is a firecracker waiting to be lit, and then just wait for the forthcoming and resulting explosion. So 5 minutes completed, 9 minutes still to go, plus an additional lap. Robinson from Butcher. Bradshaw rounds out the top 3. Lystra's now past Galvanin for P6, and will start to close in on Nick Kuppens. Mark Kimber ahead of Flint Shearing and Ehad Turka. So Mark Kimber on the basis of 8 points. That will put him on 95. Callum Bradshaw will be on 126. Lachlan Robinson, if he wins this race, this puts him on 86 points. And that will tie him with Sean Butcher. Luca Lystra at the moment, P6, will only net the Belgian 10 points, putting him on 83. So that means that the battle for second in the championship will be red hot going into Wackersdorf. And looking at previous form, Robinson could be a danger. And also the fact is that Bradshaw will need to secure, I think, effectively, he needs to secure a good amount of points. There's Lystra up the inside of Kuppens. That will net him another point as well there, putting him up into P5. And that will put him onto 84 points at this juncture. If he gets past Zombor Kovac, that will put him a further 2 points, and that will tie Lystra, Robinson and Butcher on 86 apiece. Top 3 covered by 0.810 of a second. Callum Bradshaw is winding up the wick on that Rotax engine on his Tony kart, and he's put in a 51.229. But the biggest thing here is that Robinson and Butcher are countering that. Robinson's just put in a personal best, 51.292. Kimber up into 7th. Jansson past Shearing up into 10th place. Lystra now up into what is effectively P5 ahead of Nick Kuppens, so that will net him 11 points. I do know for a fact that Robinson and Butcher were testing at some point at this circuit, just putting the laps in, just getting used to the track, and that has paid dividends. So the drivers that were third and second in the championship last year lead the way. Robinson in the lead. Butcher 4/10 behind. Bradshaw nearly a further 4/10 behind. And Bradshaw consistently running anywhere between the 51.2s and the midpoint of the 51.3s. And there is Luka Lystra looking to close in on Zsombor Kovac for what is fourth place. And that could net him a further couple of points. And if that does, then that's going to help him no end. But if he's going to hit the curbs like that, Luka Lystra, he's going to lose time. He's going to lose momentum. All 31 drivers still circulating. Beard Dorrestein has just been passed by Sam Bergstein for 23rd. Tobias Boschek has got past Denmark's Victor Frostbay for 28th place. And Bradshaw is closing. He's closing on the two in front. Butcher was just over a tenth slower. There's the move there from Lystra. That puts him level on points with the two in front. It's a side-by-side altercation. This is between Flint Schuring and Elia Galvanin. Felix Jansson right up the back bumper of the Italian as the pair go past the Dutch driver into turn 4. That could get very clumsy very quickly. Felix Jansson got away with that one. Christian de Klein right up the inside of Flint Schuring. There's Luca Koester in the 362. And Schuring, mounts the curbs there. That allows Koester through up the inside. And with him, I think that is going to be another of the JJ Racing carts. That looks to be Luna Blum. Linus Henson off the track. The second final has gone away from him, just like the first final did when he had technical dramas. And it's getting rather heated. It's getting rather feisty a bit further down the order. So Linus Henson drops to 23rd position. But Lachlan Robinson, having started 5th on the grid, leads the way. We're on lap number 12. And we've got 4 minutes plus an additional lap still to go. There's Luca Thiel ahead of Flint Schuring. That is 16th position. Just up ahead, they have got Benedek Vida from Hungary in the final points-paying position. Thiel looking up the inside of Benedek Vida, could get the move done up here. Yep, gets the job done, and then Flint Schuring just decides, well, you're going to open the door. You've opened it really, really wide for me, and gets through and gets the job done. There's Luca Koester trying to go up the inside of Christian de Klein. That is for 11th position. The pair side by side coming out of the corner. Christian de Klein does not need to gesticulate right there and then when they're at full speed coming out of turn 2. Koester up the inside through turn 4, switch back from de Klein, up the inside of the 362 and retakes the position. And just behind they've got Max Stemmerdink. Patrick Donica from KSB Racing in 16th position has set the fastest lap of the race. But the biggest thing here is that Lachlan Robinson is pulling away. Bradshaw is now 2nd. Butcher is 3rd. Lystra is now 4th. And as the way things stand, I'm looking at it from this perspective. It's going to be close in terms of who hits the podium. But the way things stand at the minute, just doing a quick calculation on the fly, Sean Butcher will be on 41 points. Lachlan Robinson, that'll be 36. Callum Bradshaw, 40 points. Luca Lystra will be on, hang on a second, 29. And Mark Kimber, if he finishes 4th and 3rd, that is going to be... So that could mean that we have some more drivers on the podium. But at the moment, Lachlan Robinson has got 2 minutes to go. He's pushing. Bradshaw's also pushing, but not pushing hard enough to close in on the Dubai-based driver. The 326, currently 3rd in the championship standings with 1 round to go in the B&L karting series, which he is doing as a dovetail to this championship. This could be one result for the Robinson camp that they will be more than overjoyed with. It's been a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of miles and kilometres in the air covered over the past season and a bit. We're heading into the final throes of this race. 1.25 minutes to go. Robinson leads by 0.626 as they head onto this lap, which is lap number 16. We'll have a full 18 laps of racing, which in terms of distance will be 23.67 kilometres or 14.68 miles. As now Kimber has actually got himself past Leicester. So that then basically means that Kimber with 2 fourth places, that will give him 26 points. Getting into the last couple of laps, 15 seconds on the clock. Robinson has this and one more lap remaining. Bradshaw is not close enough at this juncture. Look at the gap. Robinson got himself into the lead and he has not looked back. He's decided, but you know what? You guys want a point to be proved. Well, that's exactly what he's doing right now. Yesterday's final heat would have motivated him to the point where he thought he's going to put the warning shot across the bow, and right now Lachlan Robinson has done exactly that. Bradshaw could be about half a second adrift as they come across towards the final lap board, and there it is. Robinson's got the sign he needs. 6/10 is the gap. Bradshaw is more concentrated on the championship because this will put him on 130 points coming into the final round in just 50 days' time at Wackersdorf. And Robinson looks over his right shoulder. He now knows that he's got to keep it together, keep it composed, because Bradshaw is starting to put the pressure on in the dying moments, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Robinson now has 2 more corners. Another look over the left-hand shoulder of the 326. It's been a long time coming. It was nearly the case in Wackersdorf last year, Genk earlier on this season, but he's got a chance to celebrate, and Lachlan Robinson takes his first victory in real-time form here at the Euro Trophy by 0.3 of a second ahead of Callum Bradshaw, who extends his championship lead going into Wackersdorf. Sean Butcher, a win in the first final and a third in the second final, I think pretty much puts him on the top step of the rostrum for the weekend here in Muelsen. But Lachlan Robinson once again has showcased his skills he has developed over the past year and a bit. He now can race in wet. He's an expert in the dry. We've already known that. But this is the culmination of something a little bit bigger for the Emirati driver. Robinson wins by 0.3 of a second ahead of Callum Bradshaw, Sean Butcher, Zsombor Kovac, Mark Kimber, Luca Leistra, Ehad Turka, Elia Galvanin, Nick Kuppens, Felix Jansson, Christian de Klein, Luca Köster, Max Stemmerdink, Luna Blom and Benedek Vida running out the top 15. David Lackner in 16th ahead of Patrick Donica, Luca Thiel, Flint Schuring, Zino Kovac, Sam Bergstein, Lucas Hartmann, Maurice Schmeis, Tobias Poschik, Gilles Clouet, Victor Frostbay, Alexander Abkazava, Beard Dorestein, Christopher Zaxa, Linus Henson and Sasha Klavedetscher. Every single one of the 31 drivers made it to the checkered flag, but Lachlan Robinson from the UAE takes the victory in the penultimate final 2 of the season.